Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of RiesKitchen. Today we're going to be making a Basque cheesecake. This is a wonderfully decadent dessert from the Basque region that borders over modern day Spain and France. There's not many ingredients, it's simple to make and it's just delicious. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So first up we have cream cheese, eggs, sugar, cream and a little bit of flour, in my case gluten-free. So the first step is to soften our cream cheese. So I'm just going to pop it into the mixer and just on low, just so that we start to soften that up. Now to ensure we get a smooth consistency, you will notice that a lot of the cream cheese sits inside your beater. So stop it and clear it out. But that's looking pretty good. Now one of the key things with this dish is not to get too much air into any of the ingredients. So to break up the eggs, we're just going to use a fork, not a whisk, just to break them up. So now we slowly incorporate the eggs into this. And again on low, otherwise you make a splash. You will need to wipe down and make sure that it's all getting mixed through. So now we just add the sugar. So just pour it all in. And again, mix on low. So the next step is to add our cream. And again, mix on low. Now before we add our last ingredient, the flour, just using the spatula, I just want to make sure that I've got all the cream cheese up from the bottom. So sprinkling a little bit of flour on top. Now you can continue this bit beating by hand if you like, but I'm going to use my stick blender because it is much more efficient, but being careful not to add too much air into the mixture. So what I'm after is a really smooth consistency, which we're almost there. So now I'm just checking to make sure that it's pretty smooth. This is looking pretty good. Now to cook this cheesecake, like with most cheesecakes, we need a springform tin. You want the best quality you can get, so a good solid tin, which then opens up to make it easier to get out at the end. And it clips nice and tight so that it's liquid proof. When this bakes, it will rise. And so you need to make sure that you line with a baking paper at least 4 or 5 centimetres above the top, just to help hold it. And we will be placing the tin on a tray just to catch any spills, to save cleaning the oven. So with just your sheets of paper, just line it in. It stands up. And then you need another piece going the other way. Now the two bits of paper kind of fold in on each other. As we pour the batter in, we're going to spread the paper out so that it's as flat against the tin as we can. It'll give a slightly rustic edge, but that's not a problem to our cheesecake. So don't be too fiddly. So popping that on our tray, we can then pour our batter in. Look how luscious that is. So now I'm just going to push the paper out and make sure that my filling's been able to get into all the edges. And so now, to make sure that I haven't got any air bubbles from when I've poured it in, I'm just going to give it a good bang. So then just evening off the tops of my paper. So now this goes into the oven at 220 degrees fan forced for 40 minutes. It will go quite brown on top. That's exactly what we're looking for. So now to tell that the cheesecake is ready, I'm looking to see when I wobble it that the wave moves in one motion and not lots of little ripples. So let's check. It smells good. Yeah. So now we just let that sit for a good half hour to an hour. That's the hard part. Now for all the details of today's recipe, don't forget to check out my blog at the link below. But as always, the best part's in the eating. Golly gee, that's good. It is luscious, it is creamy, it is sweet. Certainly don't need a big piece, but it's plenty to share. Until next time everybody, ciao.